What's up and what's down, gamers? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're gonna play this game developed by Crows, written by David Redden, and this is actually a remake of a game. Please choose screen and subtitle language, of course. Gonna use what is this? What's happening? Okay, there you go. We're gonna use English. Confirm that. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? See that? That's a game some time ago, and they've remade the game, and this game is rated overwhelmingly positive on Steam. So that's why I'm playing the game. No. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. There you go. Please enter the current time. The current time is, for me, it's 5:48 a.m. 5:48. Oh. There you go. And then, accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. Begin game settings, credits, quit to desktop. Oh, look at that. Right off the bat, there's some Inception keys in here. See that? It's just our screen. See that? You can see that? Wow. Begin the game. Okay. The end is never the end. It's loading. Never. The end is never the end. It's never.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Oh.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and
Really?
in what order. This is what employee
that's
427
literally
did
what
every
you're doing?
day of every month of every year.
Wow.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Wow.
And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Right off the bat,
Something he would never quite forget.
you know that this game's great.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation.
Wow.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so are we Stanley now? Yes, we are. Right off the bat, you know that this is a great game and it's weird, you know? First off, for this employee, Stanley, for all the employees to have each of their own rooms, that's just amazing to me. Okay, let's move. 28, gates closed.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No. Oh, man.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Yeah, I know. Wow, this game's amazing. I'm liking it so far. I want to know the name of the narrator here. I think we can be friends. I hope so. And I hope it doesn't turn out to be the antagonist of this game. Why is Stanley turning those off? And he can't turn it on. I guess I'm just saving for this company, you know. Okay, so they're closed. You can't open anything. 420.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from this environment.
Wow. Nobody here? What's there? Sales in this corridor. Okay. I guess the sales are going
When
down.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I won't do that.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I won't just stand here. No, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna crouch.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Yeah. The sarcasm from this guy.
At this point, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I won't. Now my mission here is to... We're just gonna ignore all of the narrator's
Stanley was
instruction.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I won't follow you. What's happening here?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Really?
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Yeah, you.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Who's she?
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is she? What this is? Oh, let's go. What's happening?
That's her, Stanley. You
What's
need to be the one to
happening
do
here?
this. To reach out to her.
Okay.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay. Guess I have no choice. Hello? Anybody home? We're back here?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yeah.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
It's 4
They'd
to
want to
7
commit their
again.
life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
What is
Come
that?
inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay. The question is, who are you?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, employee 427. Press H on your keyboard. So I'm Stanley now? Oh my god, this is kind of scary.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh my god, what's with this game? You know what? I'm starting to get some feeling, I'm starting to get scared here and feel like the narrator is not our friend.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
What else is
Now
there
he's
for me to
pushing
do?
a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
And
One might
so,
even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay, to watch TV. Begin the game again. Come on, can we do? Okay.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Push the
First, he
TV.
imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Okay.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Okay.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
What the heck
Down
is
one
happening
path
here?
lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps
Okay.
if he played just one more time.
Okay.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
This is sad. This is a sad game, you know.
And I'm trying to tell him this.
Yeah, we're
That
trying
in
to-
this
we're
world, he
having
can
some-
never be anything
I'm
but
having
an
some
observer.
realizations
That
here.
as long as he remains
realizations,
here,
but a
he's slowly
reminder.
killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
I don't know about
Here,
you guys.
Watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
What are we gonna do now? Do we press it? Hear that sound? I'm clicking on my mouse, my left and right mouse buttons here. We've got no choice, I guess. Okay.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him
We're
in a
back
way
here
that he'll
again.
understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
And who are
I'll
you?
try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
This time.
And I tried.
Boom. What happened here? Oh my goodness. Wow. This is a weird game, man. I don't advise you to play this game.
All of his co-workers were gone.
We're back
What could
here.
it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
I'm gonna
he had
follow
simply missed
you,
a
okay?
memo.
This time I'm gonna follow you.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
These are great tips. Using signs to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your side is stick and graphing together. Everyone is unique. You, most of all. Wow. Okay, let's just go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh my, where's this going? Are we gonna ignore him again? Okay, let's try and do
But
that.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was
Oh, we're
crazy.
going round and
And then
round
something
here.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
Oh, we're in a
And as
loop.
Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Maybe
And for
Stan's
that matter,
crazy,
these rooms
really.
were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He
You're
just
crazy.
hadn't found the words for it.
You're dreaming.
I'm dreaming!
Yes, you are.
He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a
This is
relief
a scary
Stanley
game.
felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Are we floating? Yes,
Then
we
he
are.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much
Holy.
fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my
Yes.
head dictating everything that I'm doing and
That's my
thinking?
question.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
What's with this
Stanley
game?
is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
And there you go. The game is now paused. What a game, man. What a game. And this is a remake. Holy, I can't even describe this game, you know. It hits you differently. Considering that we have, well, most of people I know and me have this office job. But if like that, if you know what's gonna happen, if you want to know what's gonna happen next, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Subscribe, please. Please do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're updated the next time I upload the next chapter of this game. I'm kind of scared playing this game, you know. That's it. Thanks so much. Until my next vlog.